Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at installing an OTA update officially from the settings, check for updates thing with Magisk installed. So currently I'm just rooted here using Magisk on the beta version. So I haven't been able to do this for a long time because I wouldn't actually get the OTA updates, even though they promised that you could check for updates and then you get an OTA if there is one available. But finally I decided to reset my phone, and lo and behold, I did get an OTA update. So this method means that we don't need to use a computer to update our phone. We don't need to download, 1 GB worth of factory images or full OTAs to update our phone. And we can do it right from our phone using the built-in OTA mechanism here. So when you get the security update notification, you can just tap on, start downloading. It needs to download. So before we actually install the update, you'll also need to make sure that you haven't modified your system or vendor image in any way, shape or form. This is the guide I'll be following, and it's quite simple. But basically, if you've done something like this or gotten something like this in TWRP and you decided to swipe to allow modifications, or afterwards you flashed some zips in TWRP that wrote to the system, you won't be able to do this. You'll need to go and do it the old-fashioned way using the factory images, or however you were doing it beforehand with the full OTAs even. I do have videos on that, so you can take a look at that on my channel here. But if you have made any modifications to your system or vendor, or even mounted them as read and write, you won't be able to do this. And if you're unsure, it might be just better for you to stick with the more traditional method of doing the updates. And if you flash the custom kernel, it really depends. If you flashed it before flashing Magisk, then you need to use the factory images. But if you flashed it after flashing Magisk, then when you restore the stock boot image that Magisk makes a backup of, then you'll be fine with doing the OTA update like this. So if you're unsure, just use the factory images, but it wouldn't hurt to, expand your knowledge a little bit. And if you try to install it with like a, modified boot image and all that, you'll get an installation problem. So we need to go into Magisk and then tap on uninstall and then tap on restore images. And once the restoration is done, also in Magisk, make sure that you are on the beta channel. So go to settings here and make sure the update channel is beta, just so it installs the latest version of the beta. So that's 17.3. So we're going to go back into the system update thing and try again. Okay, so you can see it applying the update slowly here. Now, if you run into any issues after this point, after restoring the images in Magisk, then you'll need to follow the steps using the factory images. But this looks like it's going well so far, so just sit tight and let that do its thing. But once it finishes, do not restart your phone yet. Do not do anything yet. You'll need to reinstall Magisk and then let it boot up. So I'll show you how to do that. So just don't restart your phone even though it tells you to. Okay, so it just looks like we are finally finishing optimizing apps, and this is where you don't restart right now and we actually go back to Magisk like so. Tap on install again, and you want to tap on install to inactive slot, the last one, and then yes. Okay, so yeah. So we're going to let it download Magisk here because our update is ready for us to the system to swap slots. So we're just going to wait for Magisk to download. It's on 8% right now, and we're going to reboot our phone after Magisk finishes installing, but we'll just wait for Magisk to finish and then we'll see what our options are from there. Okay, so Magisk has finished installing here, and all we need to do is tap on reboot. So as long as this says restart now to install, you can probably just press this reboot button and it'll do the same thing. So this will swap our current slot to our inactive slot. So I was currently on A, it's going to take us to B because the OTA that we just installed is actually flashed onto the B side. And our phone will change that as it turns on again. And Magisk has also already been installed on that inactive slot, so slot B. And now that slot is the active slot with our new update, and we should still be rooted and all that. So if you had, a custom kernel installed, you'll need to flash that again as well. And yeah, just let our phone boot up right now, and hopefully we should see it working just fine. Okay, our phone has turned on. That was very quick. So at least it didn't go into a boot loop or anything. And here we should just be finishing the system update. And if we launch Magisk Manager, you can see that we have installed the latest version here as well. Now if we go to settings and just have a look at the update, we should see we're on the December one. Gotta tap here now, don't we? December 5th, security update, rooted using Magisk, and without a computer pretty much. I was just charging my phone. But yeah, that's how we use Magisk in conjunction with official OTA updates. Now once again, sometimes you can't do this because you've done something to the system or whatever, and this is just a convenience thing. And it didn't take quite as long, almost the same time I think. That's because I had to download a few extra things here. But yeah, that's it for this video guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions or queries, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll try my best to answer them within a day. Otherwise, you can join us on Discord, where we can chat at any time, and I can still answer in less than a day as well. So that's much better if you actually need quick help. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and as always, happy flashing.